Assistant Professor, Department of BSc Information Technology at Dr. S.N.S. Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. Now I am going to explain about debugging process in software engineering. Debugging is nothing but how to find out an errors or some mistakes which is occurred in developed application or developed module. Debugging is the process of identifying and resolving errors or bugs in software system. It is an important aspect of software engineering because the bugs can cause software system to malfunction and can lead to poor performance or incorrect results. The debugging can be a time-consuming and complex task, but it is essential for ensuring that software system is functioning correctly. In this diagram, it has four things. The first one is understanding the system. Second one is check the system, correct the mistakes and find the mistakes. Understanding the system means we have to understand properly how the system will going to work. That is called first stage. After that, in second stage of debugging is check the system, whether the system can work properly or not. If some mistakes can be find out, we have to rectify those mistakes. This is the main process of debugging. The methods and techniques which can be used in debugging. We have several techniques and methods to debug the process or applications. Here are the first one as code inspection. It involves manually reviewing the source code of a software system to identify the potential bugs or errors. The errors may be mostly occurred in the part of source code, so we have to inspect the code and find out the part of error which in which place it is occurred inside the source code. The next one is debugging tool. There are various tools available for debugging such as debuggers, trace tools and profilers that can be used to identify and resolve the bugs. With the help of these tools we can identify the bugs and we can clear the bugs. After that, unit testing. This involves testing individual units or components of a software system to identify the bugs or errors. Integration testing. This involves testing the interactions between different components of a software system to identify bugs or errors. How does debugging work in software? In the context of software engineering, debugging is the process of fixing a bug in the software. In other words, it refers to identifying, analyzing and removing errors. This activity begins after the software fails to execute properly and concludes by solving the problem and successfully testing the software. It is considered to be extremely complex and tedious task because errors need to be resolved at all the stages of debugging. We have a number of processes involved in debugging. These are all listed here. The first one is problem identification and report preparation. The main purpose of debugging is we have to identify the mistakes and we have to report where the mistakes can be found and what kind of mistake we are receiving. Those things to be prepared and reported to the development team. Assign the report to the software engineer. Defect to verify that is genuine. We have to verify the part of error in a genuine manner. We don't want to give excuses for the defects which may be caused by the developers. Defect analysis using modeling, documentation, finding and testing, candidate flaws, etc. We have to find out the developer's mistake with the help of modeling the system and documentation, finding the documentation and finding the mistakes through the with the help of the testing process. Defects resolutions by making required changes to the system, validation of corrections. Finally, we have to identify the mistakes in the overall from the overall system. After that, we have to correct all the errors we got from the debugging process. Then we should correct the errors and send to the debugging process or testing process once again for knowing the performance of the corrected system. Thank you.